guys, I am Chris Kaler.
And I'm Amber Fossil Kyuujin Cosplay, and today we are back as guys with Hunter x Hunter, episode 126. So, last episode, we got a glimpse of the fight between Meruem and Netero.
Netero is enjoying this, deep down.
He's bitch slapping the king
left
and right.
He's throwing him around, but what worries me is that it doesn't look like it's affecting Meruem much. And
maybe on the inside, you know?
yeah, but then still, he's still walking in there and everything, and Netero went straight to 99th palms and stuff. So he's keeping the 100th for the moment, but still, it's worrying, and I'm afraid of Meruem fighting back, but we'll see. One thing good that's coming out of it is that for once in years, Netero is fighting someone that asks of him to go all out. So he's putting his heart in it, he's alive again almost.
He found back his passion with fighting.
Well, I mean, the thrill of it, at least. So that's pretty cool. And meanwhile at the palace, Shaya is gonna go face a Knuckle. Or Knuckle is gonna go face Shaya, rather. And we saw that Gon was paying a lot of attention, and you know, he's still in there. You know, he cared about Knuckle, and he was like, be careful, Knuckle, and stuff, which is good. I am wondering where that, you know, personality was when Killua was around, but it's good that it's still there, and he's not just focused and being like, I don't care what happens to you, I'm focusing on this. So Gon is still in there. He's just hiding. And unfortunately, through circumstances and stuff that was said and done, Neferpito came to the conclusion that Gon was too strong to be left alone. So once she's done healing Komugi, she will attack Gon somehow. Because she doesn't know when, but she will. So I don't think we're going to kite after this. Or Gon is going to have to force her, basically. So
that might happen, yeah.
She did promise she was gonna go, but yeah, the king is more important. So we will see how that struggle happens when the hour is over, which is not soon.
Well, less than 30 minutes now.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but it could still be a bunch of episodes. In the meantime, we'll perhaps focus on Knuckles, see what happens there. But yeah, let's jump in this episode, see what they have in store for us. I am still sick, so sorry again if I'm a bit stuff like that.
It's okay.
And yeah, don't forget to subscribe if you want to know when these episodes come out, and check out our Patreon for the full reactions. Let's go! Let's go! Okay, we're not watching the ending for this one.
You want to talk right away?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Man, Netero's
gone!
I was expecting him to die.
But then what a fight! What a death! Okay, by the way, I'm gonna slip in, because I'm proud of this, I'm gonna slip in the fact that I was totally right about, you know, him showing up, then him getting to his limit, then him going beyond his limit.
Shonen.
And then the attack that causes his death, turning himself into the ultimate, basically the bomb, that... I'm guessing, like, for drama's sake, I'm guessing Meruem is still alive, but he's gonna die from his wounds. Cause like that would be sad if Meruem's.
We saw that the previous attack before the bomb was big enough to take part of his body, so he was hurt from. It was
nowhere near, you know.
But this attack was near that with the bomb.
But it would still be bad if Netero's sacrifice wasn't enough to kill Meruem. But I love that, you know, in the end, he didn't give up. He never gave up, but he did use his life to take him down, and each of them respected the other enough, and Netero gave him his name too before he died. I love that. The respect and stuff, and okay, I acknowledge that you made me freak out here, and you're literally making me use this last resort. I also love the whole, you know, Meruem speech is cool in a way, like he's saying that he represents generations of his kind fighting for him to exist and stuff, and he's the mind of everyone together.
It is true that the strength of an ant is
the unity,
like the ant ill, basically.
I also love how he basically called us weak because of our individuality, which is the thing I actually remember studying this in school. There were a few exams, French exams, about this subject, about how society became more individualistic. I'm French. Anyway, how we basically came from a community and we grew up into a group of people who are more focused on their own needs. You know, I look out for myself, not for the others. You know, and you know, when you come from years of Disney movies telling you that when you stand strong together, it's better and stuff, like, this is basically, yeah, it would be a weakness to be on your own. And I love that Netero called Meruem out on this by saying, you know, I'm not alone. You're assuming that I'm fighting for myself and that I don't have people behind me or people that count on me for doing this, that I don't have support, that I'm here for me. That's totally wrong. And also, like, there are definitely people who put that bomb in his chest and made sure that he had this with him, but that means he has support, that he has people who were there to help. And as the chairman, he represents those hunters too. So, like, no matter what was the true meaning of his "I'm not alone" speech or moment, I love what it entails. You know, that even if we did grow into this individualistic society, humans are still capable of helping one another, and we're still capable of supporting one another.
We just saw a bunch of videos on YouTube showing humanity is safe or something like
Whenever we feel bad about the world, we watch one of these. So
humanity is still out there.
There are some people. I mean, Netero is a good example of that in the show. How he literally, like, he wasn't fighting for himself. If he was, and I'm guessing Meruem expecting Netero to be the type of. I mean, now he respects him a bunch. Like, he was in awe in front of this man because he never expected a human to have this much strength
to achieve this potential.
Yeah, because in his eye, like, we're weak. You know, we're nothing. We're food. It's literally like if an actual ant came up to us and started lifting a car. We'd be like, fuck. But yeah, for Meruem, humans are weak, so he didn't expect this, and so he's got his respect for sure. But he still sees humans as humans. He thinks probably that Netero would value his own life over, the success of this mission. You know, like, he'd rather stay alive here than kill himself to take down Meruem. But the mission is bigger because of what it means, because of the circumstances.
End goal is bigger than himself.
In this case, exactly. And what a fighter! And what a fighter!
You know what? There's a slight difference because, yes, the ants are fighting in a unity, and they are willing to die for their king or queen, but not for each other, basically. And
yeah,
and if you compare that with the humans, we do not live in unity compared to the ants, but we are willing to die for one another, for each other.
One thing that I would say, it's not true now because of the Chimera's evolution. Like, there's a reason why Shia is freaking out over Yuppie and Neferpito.
Yeah.
But, because they're evolving and they're showing emotions and stuff, and that's great. But let's be real, the first Chimera ants we saw, who didn't have a will of their own, and they were all just following the orders of the queen and stuff, they're puppets. Like, they lacked passion. Like, that's a thing that individuality can give you. Like, as a person who's looking out for himself or herself, yes, we do have a weakness when it comes to when you have to stand for others and you don't do it. But then there will be those people who, in their individuality, will still find fulfillment in helping others. And with that strain of thought, when you're not born specifically to help someone and you feel this passion and you make the choice yourself to help others, I think there's a bigger will, there's a bigger motivation, and a bigger power that comes from it. Like, I'm not saying the ants would not kill themselves to save their king, but is the king gonna kill himself to save his people?
No, because that is not his job.
Exactly.
His job is to rule them,
But that's bad in my opinion. That's bad in my opinion. So, and I mean, the same would be said about, like, would those hands kill themselves to save, like, would Neferpito kill herself to save Shayapuf? I don't think so.
No, that's not.
Because he's saying he's got, like, he can say that because he's the king, but in our individuality, like I said, we do have people who find happiness in helping others, and that doesn't mean that we're genetically made to support that one person. We want to support the whole. It's different.
And our own free will, we decided to protect the people that we care about.
Yeah, but that, like I said, that's what brings the will and the motivation, and that's better in my opinion, because it's not just what you think you were born to do. It's a choice you make.
The thing that is expected of you as,
Yeah, like even like the king right now, like he's questioning his own goal in life, because there's the thing he was told he's supposed to do, and then there's what his heart is telling him he should do, and he cares about Komugi even if his role is telling him he shouldn't. So he's a lot more passionate when it comes to Komugi than he is about his guards, even though they're protecting him. So when you let your heart help you, like emotions and stuff are important in this way because they will pack a punch. And will and determination and stuff is bigger when it comes from the heart than when it comes from just a job description. So yeah, in that way, I think Netero just went out like a G. He was amazing, and the animation was cool, and the drawings
the art
were great.
style for when he decided to make his last move was
everything
beautifully creepy, guys.
With the skull and stuff, that was pretty badass. But before that, like just the 100 hand and stuff, and he lost a leg and then an arm, and he was still laughing.
Bitch, please! I don't need a hand to pray.
I love this, and I mean, I love when a character believes in himself enough to still give those speeches. Even when they lose a limb, like they're still like, ha, you think you got me, bitch? I think that's badass. That's badass.
I don't know why, but with Meruem with Netero losing a leg and an arm, kind of reminds me of the character in Scream, the parody of Scream, Fear movie.
Scary movie?
Scary movie, sorry.
Fear movie?
Sorry. With Scary movie, the girl, when the girl got her head chopped off, and she's still going, oh, come on, you just put blood on my shirt. What are you trying to do? It's kind of the same thing.
I mean, it reminds me, like, it doesn't remind me, but talking about it reminds me of that speech Naruto gave Sasuke about, my will is so strong and I'm so determined to bring you back. If you cut my legs, I'll crawl you back to Konoha. If you cut off my arms, I'll fucking bite you to death. Like, if you cut off stuff like that, shows that, it doesn't matter what I go through, doesn't matter how much I suffer, because the end game here, what I'm doing this for and whom I'm doing this for matters more than my own life. And Netero gave his, and yes, I also expected him to die in this fight. It happened quickly, one episode. For some people it's good because some people are like, don't stretch this and stuff, but what an episode. What a fight. And I mean, we're gonna see what Meruem is next episode.
Looks like, yeah.
I guess. I mean, the guards are gonna find him. Probably.
Shit, King, you don't look so good.
But yeah, like the whole, analyzing Netero's, sorry, my throat is hurting me. The whole analyzing Netero's technique and stuff, the way he used to analyze and learn from Komugi. Meruem is a genius in his own right, but at the end of the day, I think what mattered most in this fight is that Netero came in with a lot of experience and a stronger will, because despite the speech, he's not connected to those ends that push him up, like he said. But Netero has worked with hunters. He has worked his entire life for he knows what he believes in and stuff, and there's a lot more emotions there, and he came prepared because he knows that if he loses here, it's the end for everyone else.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'll give credit where credit's due. Meruem packs a punch, and he's great, a great fighter, but Netero is like, sleep well, king, I say. Actual king, not Meruem and his title that was given at birth. I think Netero deserved the title a lot more. Okay, I mean, do you have anything else to say about this episode? Because, I mean, it was just epic.
No, it was good. the way that they represent how they transcended with their will and their power. Like they went into
Space.
Metaphorically, they went into space.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just, they're not on this level anymore. It's what it meant. Yeah, it was beautiful.
Yeah.
And the music was kicking ass. That was so good. And I mean, if there's a way to go, I think it's this way. I'm not disappointed. I'm sad a little bit, but I'm not disappointed.
All right.
And Kyuujin could definitely not take down Netero back then. Okay, so that's it for this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching it with us. If you want to see the next one right away, it is on Patreon already. You can check it out. The link is in the description below.
And if you don't, the next one will be on YouTube next week, guys. So stay tuned. I'm gonna see you then.
Bye.
Bye, guys.